Well, 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 well.
Deep subject.
What was Thanos saying? What was the Thanos line?
I'm inevitable.
Yeah.
Yes, I am
It's
inevitable.
like after all this, where did that lead you? Back to Feltface. Our most unanimously viewed, watched, liked video is from the Book of Randicus, the little gum tree sliver. And people have been asking and pleading up until recently.
Yes.
And you know what they say about absence, it makes the heart grow fonder.
Oh.
So without any further ado, here's more Randy Feltface.
Woo!
Purple privilege.
Check your privilege. It's purple.
Hello.
There he is.
It's 2018. I'm in New York City. Midway through an 8-week off-Broadway season of my show, Randy Writes a Novel. The soon-to-be pirated YouTube sensation.
Woo!
8 weeks in New York should be a dream, right? Pinnacle of my goddamn career. But I feel like I'm doing the wrong show in the wrong theatre, and every night I grab my audience by the scruff of the neck and drag them unwillingly through my own existential nightmare. And I don't know if you've ever met anyone from New York City, but they don't tend to patiently endure the bullshit of others. I once had a homeless man in New York tell me to hurry the fuck up while I was handing him a dollar bill. So it's not going great. For added context, the show isn't the only horse meat currently feeding my black dog. Before I came out here, I split with my management company. I have no work lined up after this season. And last week, my girlfriend flew out here from Australia to break up with me in person.
So nice of her.
Yeah, I would have been fine with a phone call, but apparently it's much easier to kick a man while he's down if you're in the same fucking room. So, she made the trek.
So nice.
This morning, I met a friend for brunch at a cafe in Greenwich Village that only serves oatmeal. The cafe is called Oatmeals. It's very good. My friend is also an Australian comedian performing here in New York City, and she's had her fair share of depressing career moments. So I was hoping for a little bit of sad sack solidarity. Unfortunately for me, Hannah Gadsby is having the breakout season of her career. I, on the other hand, had 32 people in my Sunday matinee today, and 21 of them walked out during the show.
God.
21! Not all at once either. Just a few at a time, in a steady, humiliating trickle, like people having their number called out in a fucking deli. It was the nonchalant disrespect that really broke me. About halfway through the show, an elderly woman in the front row started clipping her fingernails. We could all hear it. She did both hands, thumbs inclusive, then slowly got up, put her coat on, and left. She clipped her fingernails and then left. Do you understand what that means? My show was less important to this woman than the speed at which her fingernails were growing. 10 fingernail clippings out of 10 is easily the worst review I've ever had. After the show, my theatre staff told me that she said she left because she thought there was too much swearing in the show. I mean, to be fair, I did call her a cunt.
To be fair.
After the show, I step out of the theatre, turn right, and walk 23 minutes down West 42nd Street to Grand Central Station. I purchase a ticket for the first train going north, which is a Hudson Line train to Poughkeepsie for those playing at home. I board the train, remove my jacket, take my seat, and vow to never, ever, ever do comedy ever again.
I've never seen this, so I don't know what the hell's going on.
Opening song.
Okay.
That's what this is. You thought it was a comedy, now it's a musical. What the fuck is this? I was over there. Now I'm right here. I've changed my clothes to signify that it's a different year. Cause this show happens over multiple timelines. Like a Tarantino film without the graphic homicides and foot fetish moments. Except for this one. Check them out, boys. Opening song written by me. A singing, dancing piece of shit that you all paid to see. Got it wrong. It's cabaret. Sucked in bad if you thought this would make a good first date. This show is my goddamn magnum opus. You made the choice to be here, so you better fucking focus. And if you
That was good.
at first sight, you get the hell out. There'll be no ring.
They said it's a time travel thing, right? This is brand new 2021.
Always review the event and seat selection. No exchange or refund for misplaced tickets or show content objections. Subject to no conditions. Consumer provisions. Price including taxes. No doubt a tactic of backing out your own practice. You drastically underestimate the power of the written code of practice.
I need Johnson a spinner bell.
As a photogenic cis man with an income and a platform, statistically I'm more likely to instigate a shitstorm, but I'm also much more likely to escape without reproach. The system is still stacked my way, that's why I think I can get away with an opening song. Opening song, that's what this is. Has a key change that's a little hit or miss. Opening song, right in your face. I call it.
God, forgetting Sarah Marshall too sucks.
I just wanted to sing an opening song. Fuck you.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Thank you. My privilege is your pleasure. Thank you. Please take photographs. Thank you. Thank you so much. My comedy actually works best in photographs. Check it out. I could be saying anything. You're all a bunch of fuckheads. I'm gonna burn this shithole to the ground and move to the Gold Coast. Never judge a comedian by their photograph, my friends. Unless they're doing this on a billboard. Judge the fuck out of them if they're making those particular creative decisions. But if you want realistic shots of a comedy show, you have to take photos of the audience. That's what I'd prefer to see, to be honest. When I'm home after a gig, doom scrolling in the pitch darkness, just shots of my audience just doing this. This isn't the Queen's Gambit. Oh, you sound like a good crowd. You sound like a real good crowd tonight. Very excited about this. Look at you all, you bloody champions coming out, wearing your masks. Good on you. I love it. Actually, just out of interest, Sid Noon, give me a shout if you've never seen me in real life before. Make some noise.
Woo!
Fascinating. Laboratory tests have shown that humans, when meeting another human for the first time, automatically encode 3 key nuggets of information: age, race, gender. So, what the fuck's going on here? Encode this shit, newcomers. I think the 4th nugget of information we encode is what is wrong with you? You know, like it goes like age, race, gender. What happened to your face? And sometimes people make it too easy for you to judge them. People with Southern Cross tattoos, or people who vape, or people who wear shorts, no socks, sunglasses, and a puffer jacket. You're either hot or you're cold, mate. You can't have both. Always wandering around judging people all of the time. I don't give money to homeless people because they spend it on drugs, she said, washing a Xanax down with a coffee on her way to a Botox appointment. It's a tricky time, my friends. It's a real tricky time. Tricky, judgy time. We're living in a real tricky, judgy time right now. Right now, Sydney. Tricky, judgy time. What is it? It's fucking tricky. Oh, tricky, judgy time out there. Tricky. It's a tricky time. Oh, living in a tricky time. Right now. Right now, it's a tricky time. Oh, Lord, it's a tricky time. Oh, living in a tricky time right now. Oh, Lord, yeah. Oh, tricky time. Hello there, what's your name? Am I looking right down the fucking aisle? I am. Jesus Christ. Bullshit. Hello there. Have the house lights just come on? That's fucking great. Trev's just turned the house lights on. Like, that's going to make a difference. That's awesome. I'll just turn these on. He'll see them then, won't he? How about a hand for my text, Trev? Get after Zach on the sound. Yes. Okay, let's try take 2 on that. Hello there, what's your name?
Zane.
What?
Zane.
Zane with a Z.
Yep.
Hello, Zane. How are you, matey?
Alright.
What did you do today, Zane? Not much. Give me something to fucking work with, Zane. Oh, my friend. Did you catch your bus? Did you put your pants on? Help me out, brother. What? You what? You caught the train here. See, there's something to work with. Zane's now giving me a comedic premise. I can talk about trains. I can talk about the fact that he's got nothing else to do other than catch a train. We can deconstruct Zane's sad little life. Let's go back to Zane. Zane! So where did you catch the train from, Zane? Where do you live, champ? Cronulla! Someone went, yeah. That's the best. I believe that is the international sound for Cronulla. Yeah. That's how you call out each other in a crowd. Fucking good on you, Zane. You're a champ. Hey, Zane, unrelated question. Roll with me on this. Just go with me. Bit of improv. How old do you think I am, Zane? How old do you reckon I am? Just have a little guess. How old do you think Randy is? How old, Zane?
20.
20? Oh my god, thank you. Double it. I'm 40, Zane. 40 years of age. It's a good age, 40. I love it. 40's the new 36. You're single with no children, no mortgage, and no responsibilities whatsoever, then 40's the new 27. Casual sex and psychedelics are wasted on the young. Actually reminds me, this is a good segue. I'm trying to tap into youths, so I've started my own podcast. Finally, putting out a podcast. People have been asking for ages, Brandon, when are you doing a podcast? So I'm doing one. I was going to do one of those ones where comedians talk to other comedians about comedy, but I thought, you know what, that's almost too original. So what I'm doing here is a bit of a self-help kind of podcast. You all want to hear a sample? It's called The 40-Year-Old Fuckboy. Welcome back to The 40-Year-Old Fuckboy. Is it a midlife crisis or a second Saturn return? Who knows? Today on the show, I'm going to be teaching you all how to overcompensate for that pesky childhood trauma by telling a woman you love her on a first date.
Oh.
But first, let's open Randy's Fuckboy mailbag.
Randy's Fuckboy mailbag. For people who used to write letters.
Today's letter comes to to us from Trent from Glebe. Trent writes, I'm a 40-year-old rock climbing yoga instructor with a top knot who always wears loose trousers to really accentuate my dick flopping around. Until recently, my speciality was luring 36-year-old women from my yoga classes to join me for private tantra workshops. But now, I can't stop masturbating to trans porn. Should I get a Kelpie?
What?
What's a Kelpie?
Kelpie. It's, if I'm not mistaken, the Kelpie is supposed to be like a
The dog?
mermaid.
Oh. Kelpie?
Yeah. Water Kelpie, yeah.
It's a shape-shifting
Yeah.
Australian kelpie.
Oh. Well,
But there's also a mythical creature.
yeah. I'm thinking he might be talking about the dog,
The dog's here.
which is off.
Let's find out.
Sounds like you really miss your mum, Trent. Definitely get a Kelpie. Sheepdogs fucking thrive in the inner city.
Morning, Ralph.
After the break, and a 40-year-old fucker talking to Joe Rogan about the relationship between psychedelic enlightenment and kicking cunts in the head.
It's great.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
I know what you're thinking, Sydney. You're thinking, Randy, you're a 40-year-old, single, moderately successful comedian with ants in his car.
Who doesn't have ants in their car?
Seriously, I have ants in my car. I know what to do about it. They form like their own society in the air vents. As a vegan, I feel bad killing them, but...
What kind of man has ants in his car?
Randy, tell us, what series of fucked up, unfortunate events led for you to turn out like this? Please skip over any major trauma and give us a light-hearted look into your undoubtedly sordid backstory. Well, I tell you what, Zane, if nothing else, that sounds like a great way to kill 47 minutes of this fucking show. So here,
Here we go.
for the first time in Sydney town, I'm going to take you all back to where it all began.